told you I'm not gonna go. I'm your brother. I'm supposed to take care of my family.
Hey!
I'm beyond being taken care of now.
Hey!
Hey! Hey!
Your brother said you needed a hand. Looks like you'll need more than that.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Oh.
Hey! Wake up, you fucking junkie!
I'm awake. I was just wishing you'd leave. Hey! Hey! Sit down. That's pretty good gear. I'm pretty high.
Good for you.
Okay. Don't get sanctimonious on me.
Okay. Why do you do this to yourself?
Because it feels nice. Because it feels better to be high than not.
Does it stop you thinking?
It stops you caring. Which is even better.
Derrick McReary is the eldest heir to the infamous Irish Mafia, the McReary crime family of Liberty City. Despite his family name, Derrick is a man of integrity and always tries to set an example for his people. Or at least that's what he really wants to believe. As it is, behind this inspiring, passionate revolutionist fighting for his cause is a mentally crippled drug addict fighting the cause of his own demons. A battle he ultimately loses. But up until then, we'll spend today's video tapping into the perplexing past and the futile future of Derrick McReary. Derrick was born in Dukes, 1956. He is the firstborn son of Maureen McReary and Mr. McReary, and is the eldest sibling of Francis, second eldest, Gerald, the middle child, Patrick, the youngest son, and finally, Kate, the youngest child and only daughter. Derrick's upbringing remains a mystery, but true to his McReary name, he wasn't even 18 yet when his misdeeds kicked off. All starting in 1970 when he was arrested for disorderly conduct. 3 separate times, at 3 different protests. The following year, it was over civil disobedience. In 1974, it was resisting arrest. Sometime in 1978, he became associated with Bucky Sligo, and they were both turned in for armed robbery. In 1980, it was possession of cocaine substance. This was also the time his heroin addiction picked up during prison time. And lastly, he was arrested in 1985 for possession of explosives. In the late 80s, Derrick suffered depression and left for Ireland. He and Bucky eventually became veterans in the Provisional IRA, where they met Aidan O'Malley. With all 3 men of Irish descent, together they fought in the IRA against the UK government during the Troubles, and at one point fought in heavily armed combat in Belfast, Northern Ireland. In 1995, they were all caught by the authorities in the US over a string of brutal robberies. Wanting to avoid prison, Derrick ratted out his 2 comrades and returned to Ireland, and for a while became associated with North Korean thug Park Young-guk, where he bought his counterfeit banknotes to be exchanged to the current rate. Meanwhile, Aidan was sentenced to 20 years while Bucky was found not guilty of all charges and was let go. After his return to Liberty City in 2008, he takes part in the Bank of Liberty heist along with Packy and Michael King. And it is through Packy that he meets Nico Bellic, who's also a part of the heist. But even while committing a robbery, he still tries to portray himself as a saint compared to his brother.
Now listen, people, we're your friends. Me and me brother here.
Why you telling them we're brothers, you idiot?
Leading to an argument between him and Packy, resulting in Michael getting gunned down by one of the hostages. But despite their loss, they still successfully managed to leave the bank with $1 million. Sometime after the heist, Derrick gets settled into Alderney, and at Packy's request, Nico goes to help him with his problems. Derrick wants the deaths of his two former associates, Bucky and Aiden, with the former wanting Derrick dead as well, along with his family. So he has Nico steal a cop car to locate Bucky, and have him and his gang killed off at their hideout. With Aiden, he became a police informant to turn Derrick in for an early prison release. So Nico stages a prison break with Packy's help, instead of killing him right there and then, as that would just put heat on Derrick. And after driving him to the shore, Aiden's freedom celebration becomes short-lived as he gets triggered when he learns Derrick was behind his release. So Nico puts him out of his misery. The only other job Derrick had for Nico was helping him to escort North Korean mobster Kim Young-guk as he smuggles US counterfeit cash into Liberty City. This happens in between killing Bucky and Aiden. When Francis eventually learns of Derrick's return, he panics, fearing that Derrick might expose his corruption for money to the press. And after blackmailing Nico into killing him, he organized a friendly meeting with his brother at a park in Lancet, unaware of the fact that Derrick previously called Nico with this suspicion, and asked to have Francis killed instead. This leaves the player to choose which McReary to snipe. If you spare Derrick, nothing really changes except the location of the cemetery for Francis' burial during an Albanian mob ambush. Francis' funeral is Derrick's last appearance in the storyline. But if Derrick is killed, he is taken to be buried at Duke Cemetery after the ambush. But regardless of what is chosen, Derrick's death becomes inevitable 5 years later. In GTA 5, if Packy is chosen as a gunman for the Paleto Bay heist, he'll loosely mention Derrick's death. Whether this was caused by a drug overdose, or it means that killing him was the canon choice, we'll never know.